Hey everyone. So it's me, David, and I'm here to talk to you about a course that I took this summer. And that course was AEC 3030. And throughout this course, I learned a lot about myself and I learned a lot about my communication techniques. More so, I learned how I could improve those techniques. So it was a bit of a journey, and there were a lot of different things that I learned along the way. Before I took this course, I used to think that I spoke pretty well, that I would communicate with my peers effectively, and that I would get my point across, and that I wouldn't speak too fast, and whatever I said was simple and concise enough that everyone could understand what I was talking about. But after the first couple speeches that we took in our lab sections, or excuse me, performed in our lab sections, I realized that I would get a little bit anxious, I would get a little bit nervous, and I would start speaking a little fast. And so I had a lab TA, and her name was Miss LaRose. And Miss LaRose did her best in order to try to get us to perform at our maximum ability. And for me personally, I felt that was maybe I needed to slow down my speech and calm down, because sometimes I just felt the need that I needed to say something even though it wasn't relevant, or maybe I was just repeating something that I said previously. And so there were a lot of gems in the class. At least that's what Mr. Coclaser and Miss LaRose like to refer to them as. And so in our speeches, we wanted to seem as genuine as possible to our audience. So we wanted to put a little bit of ourselves in the speech so then people could realize that it was genuine and they could see our character, because anyone can spot a phony. And so one thing that they taught us was meditative techniques in order to slow down our speech, and so you could speak more calmly and more precisely. And in that way, it didn't seem rushed, and then people could clearly understand what you were saying. And so through some breathing exercises, as well as even some practice, I was able to deliver my speeches in a better way so that everyone could understand what I was saying. And I felt my improvement in the class skyrocket significantly with the use of these techniques, and I felt that I spoke well after incorporating them into my speech.